What's up, y'all? It's Kenshawn, and welcome to the No Man Walks Alone drop video. Right here, I have one of my little personal favorite brands, Document. He does a lot of just cool stuff. That's a lot of the brands that we have here, but I don't know. He just has a good eye for shape. Minimal color, but he's actually been venturing more into color. I'm gonna just stop rambling. Come on in. Come on in. First piece we have up. It could be a little boring. It could be like, oh, Kenshawn, you're just going to talk about t-shirts? These are cool t-shirts. These t-shirts are in a just very hefty jersey. I would say these are like a heavyweight tee, and I put it in the copy just so y'all know. You have this really beautiful curved pocket right here in the front. The sleeves do come down a little bit longer, and you do have a bit of a boxier shape on this. You have the beautiful split hem right here on the side with the back coming down just a little bit longer, and the collar does come up a little bit higher as well. So it's almost kind of mock neck-esque, but it just doesn't come up that high. It's just know it's going to hug the neck a little bit. We have the white, of course, and then gosh darn every other color you would need. You have the khaki green, navy, as well as the gray melange. In terms of sizing on these guys, I would say go true to size. They're already going to be a boxy fit. So, just note that. If you did want it, a little bit more voluminous, go up and, it'll just be a little bit bigger. The next piece we have up is one that I thought was a little bit unexpected from Document, but I think, once you put it on, it actually makes sense. It's a little bit more of a retro kind of intarsia knit cardigan / polo shirt type of deal, just done in like Document's typical kind of like relaxed, longer sleeve silhouette that he typically does for the spring summer. So like I said, you have those like 3/4 length sleeves that are going to come down to below the elbow, but I think it looks really good with the it just being like a heavier knit piece. It definitely has quite a bit of loft to the knit. You have the placket going all the way down with those nice tonal buttons, retro stripes in the front, and then a very clean back right here. In terms of sizing for this, we go from small to large. And it is this is something you're going to wear over like a t-shirt or over like a tank top. It's not something to like tuck in. You definitely can, but because it's already kind of like a boxier, relaxed item, it's best to just size it over things. So I would say go true to size on this guy just for that relaxed fit. You can size down, but it's still just going to fall down. It's a knit. So yeah, go true to size on that guy. Next we have up is a popover, and this is, he's done popovers before, and this is kind of like definitely a piece you can wear throughout the seasons. It's kind of like a old season popover. It's just in a super lightweight brushed flannel that's just like really, really clean and really easy to incorporate into a lot of different outfits. And you can kind of even wear it as like your outer layer because you do have these really neat pockets right here in the side that are pretty substantial. You can fit your hand, you can fit your phone, you can fit a bunch of different things up in there. I do like that at the bottom of the placket, you do have a nice little pleat that just adds a little bit of shape to the popover in general. And then you have a nice little clean back. And then the cuff is actually more of like a jacket cuff, or at least the jackets that you see on Document pieces, as opposed to like your standard shirt cuff, just to kind of, reiterate that this can kind of be used as more of like a shirt or like an overshirt type of situation for the spring summer or throughout the year. Sizing on this guy, it's going to be like a little bit on the relaxed side of regular. Go true to size. I would take like a large, and it'll just fit a little bit larger. The sleeves come down just a little bit longer, the shoulders, and yeah. The next piece we have up is the one I am wearing. This is going to be their coach's jacket. This is a stunner of a piece. You have that beautiful collar that he does, that one-piece collar that you could actually just... It's almost like a cutaway collar. Yeah, that you can almost like button up right here. I'm not going to button it up too high just because y'all are listening to me right now. And then you have the covered snap pocket buttons that are very, very nice. You have that nice little welt pocket right here on the front, reminiscent to like a suit jacket. and then you have the patch pockets on the side that just give it a little bit more, I don't know, like a document feel. So it just makes it just, you know, super casual. And of course, this all comes in like this lightweight, like shirting fabric in this beautiful stripe. We called it lichen. I was talking to Ludwin and Nick about the color because I couldn't really figure it out. It's like a muted green. Yeah, and we came to the lichen color. I just called it like a dusty lichen, just so y'all know. But you have a little like blue hints and some little like cream hints on it as well. Cinches at the bottom as well, kind of like your coach's jacket. Yeah, just fits really good. Looks really nice. I think it will pair well with creams in a lot of your summery outfits. In terms of sizing on this, go true to size. It's going to be a boxier fitting item. This is the large on me right now. And I wouldn't want to go any larger than this. This feels nicely relaxed. Next piece we have up is document. Typically in the spring summer they'll do a seersucker piece, typically in like a Cool Max seersucker. This season they opted for an Italian seersucker that still has a bunch of stretch and a bunch of character, just not with the Cool Max branding. It is a different Italian mill that just still does incredible cool seersucker. So this one is a Blasson, and it has the raglan sleeves right here for comfort. You have in the back those nice large pleats right here for shape. Nice zip closure from the top and the bottom, double zips. That is always a neat little thing, as well as hand pockets. And again, you still have that boxier shape, which you're going to see throughout a lot of the document stuff. A lot of it is just going to be about the relaxed nature of the clothing, especially in the spring summer. And this one actually has quite a bit of stretch to it as well, so it is going to be quite accommodating. And then of course you have those nice covered snaps right here on the cuff. In terms of sizing, go true to size on that and you'll be good to go. And of course, because we like to do full kits, we also have the matching trousers. Typically in the spring, summer, we have these in like a drawstring version. These are a little bit more, I don't know, formal. You don't have that drawstring. You do just have that extended waistband right here with the belt loop. So if you did want to wear a belt, you're totally cool. But you do have the elastic back for comfort, welt pockets instead of the standard patch pockets, and a nice little fly as well. But you still have that really not super wide, but wider leg fit. So it's not like, you know, the super formal type of trouser. You can dress it up, or you can just wear it super casually, and you can just get the whole kit. In terms of sizing, I would say go true to size. I'm a 34 typically in the waist, so I'd wear a large. I could even go down to a medium. Again, it does have that elastic waist in the back, so it will be super accommodating. All right, guys, I'm rapping at you because we got a lot of stuff. But next up, we have a piece that we've had in terms of shape before, but this is going to be the hooded jacket. And this one comes in like a surprisingly technical, formal fabric because it is a coated linen. So the jacket does have the drape of like a linen fabric. But just in terms of feel, it just does not feel like linen at all. It feels like a technical fabric. And that's because of the poly coating that just makes it water repellent. And actually feels like a light, like linen, like a waterproof jacket, like rain jacket. So you have those large button pockets right here on the front, large hood, as well as the drawstring with it. And then you have snaps, as well as the zips in the front. And it will be unlined as well, of course. And other than that, this is a pretty minimal jacket. This is definitely one to just throw on, you know, when there's some light rain, nothing too crazy, and you need a like rain jacket for that light spring, summer weather. This is definitely going to do the job. Or you can just rock it as is. It comes in this nice, like, you know, grayish kind of putty color that will pair with a lot of stuff. It'll kind of act as like a neutral. And yeah, this will fit true to size. So go with your typical letter size and you'll be good to go. The next jacket we have up, another kind of like technical water repellent fabric. This one's going to be slightly weirder if you didn't think that the linen coated fabric was weird. This is a poly and wool fabric, and it really just feels like a nylon fabric. But when you know that there is like 20% wool in there, you do see, oh yeah, this kind of like drapes a little different. Yeah, when you actually hold it in hand, it feels like it's a mix of fabrics as opposed to just that standard poly. And then in the inside, you do have just a little bit of a lining, just to make it easier to slip on and off right there in the back. You do have, Document likes to use like this faux kind of like vegan suede situation that's happening right here on the collar. And the collar is actually pretty robust. I think it is one of those things that when you look at this coat, it just pops right out at you, but still keeps it tonal and still keeps it tasteful. You have the little loop patch right here, so that if you have any, kind of patches that kind of have that hook side on the back. Yeah, you could just put it right there. Yeah, just go back to the military roots. You have the nicely curved pockets right here, also on the bottom, and then this last pocket is kind of just like an all-encompassing kind of like just big patch pocket that you could probably fit an iPad in, super easy. And there is going to be a drawstring right there in the middle as well, so you can adjust the shape. You can see the mannequin behind me rocking it. Willie styled that one exactly how I would. Just super tonal, super cool piece. In terms of sizing on this guy, this one's going to be pretty relaxed. So go true to size. You can go down a size, but again, it's kind of just a vibe for Document. So I go true to size, just go with the relaxed nature and the relaxed fit of it, and you'll be good. Moving on to some more bottoms, we have another piece that you can definitely wear all year round. This is going to be the undyed denim from Document, just done with these nice little discreet pleats going down the front, as well as some nice side seam pockets. But it is going to be a nice like stretch denim cotton that, yeah, you can just wear throughout the year. They feel super comfortable. They're probably like, I don't know, maybe like 12 ounces. Something, it's easy to wear throughout the year. Not too heavy, not super light. You have those nice patch pockets right there on the back, and then you have a nice large cuff right there on the hem. So you can cuff it up real easy. In terms of sizing on this, go true to size. They go letter size, so I'd wear a large because I'm a 34. Next up, we have a new shape for Document, which is going to be a balloon trouser. A trouser shape that I think it basically just looks good on basically everybody. It's just a very flattering shape. You can see Ludwin here rocking it behind me. How you feeling in it?
I feel exactly like you said. Most pants look really bad on me, but these look really good. I think this is just a really flattering shape. It makes me look like I'm supposed to wear pants. You usually won't see me wear pants most days. Yeah, and I really like the shape. I feel like the drawstring kind of makes it a bit casual. A lot of times it could feel like you're trying to do something when you're wearing a pant like this. But this just feels like, you toss them on, very easy, very effortless. And yeah, I really like the colors. This olive I think is really nice, but I'm a really big fan of like that stone, like off khaki color situation that's happening there. I like that. The big like seam on the front, I think, I don't know. I feel like the details accentuate the shape more. It looks good. I don't know. He'll talk about it, but I like it. I'm wearing a large.
That he knew exactly what I wrote in my copy. I don't know if he read it, but yeah, that seam right there in the front kind of just draws the eye to the actual shape of the trouser. So it kind of just runs down the trouser, and you can just see that the top is a little bit more fitted. Of course, you have that drawstring just to fit the waist a little bit better. If you're kind of like in between the like smaller, medium, or a large XL, whatever. So you have that, and then of course you have the nice tapered bottom, and then all up in the middle you have a bunch of room, so it's just really, really comfortable. I love that at the back you have these patch pockets, but then the top has the flap right there. Oh, he gonna show the rear.
This is the rear.
Yeah, that the top flaps are like a little like small for it.
Yeah.
So it just looks cool. It just adds to the coolness of the trouser.
Yeah, it's a really cool trouser.
Yeah.
So I feel really cool.
In terms of fabric, it is going to be a washed canvas, and it. When I say canvas, don't think of like super like heavy duty 13-ounce canvas. This is like super washed, and there is some stretch to it. I think it's like 1% or 2% to it, so it just adds to the comfort of the fabric. Yeah, so just definitely a trouser that you can wear in the spring, summer, but also throughout the year. And look super cool. We have that putty and we have that green. And the last pieces we have up for document, I'm just looking around just to make sure that this is the last. Yeah, that is. This is going to be the document swim trunks. In terms of swim trunks, I don't know. At least for myself, I've been through the era of like, the super large swim trunks that actually come over your knee, and they're super big, and I'm a kid, so my mom's getting them, and I'm into them. So then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get shorts that are like super short. I got some bigger thighs. They look a little juicy, but things get weird when you're in the water and you're running around and all that. And they're also patterned and whatnot, and I get tired of them after a few seasons. I don't know if this is y'all's experience, but I like the fact that these are just very simple colors, and the inseams are actually kind of like right in between the two. They don't come down to your knee, but they are going to be longer than like short shorts. So very like versatile length. You have this rust color, or this like, it's like a rust.
Like
it's like a terracotta clay type color. And then of course you have a simple navy. So just these are swim trunks that I think you're just going to keep in your wardrobe for when you need them. They're going to be good for years to come, as long as you don't fluctuate in size too much. But even if you do, they do have a bunch of elastic as well as a drawstring. Of course, you have the netting on the inside as well, and it does come with a little patch so that you can just pouch, so you can just fold them up, put them in there, put them in your luggage, do what you need to do. You have that secure little back pocket with a zip. So if you wanted to secure something in the water, you're definitely cool too. And they come in this nice kind of like peachy poly fabric. So you can, if you did want to just wear them around, they're also cool, and it'll be nice and water wicking and all of that. So just nice, versatile swim trunks from Document. Peep them. Everything fits pretty much true to size, just with a couple tweaks. And like, comment, subscribe. Let us know all the good stuff. Peace, y'all.